Greetings, dear, precious, magnificent being, spirit, soul, eternal, feeling person that you are, as your true self. Breathe into your heart, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Just be right there. Notice where you are. Okay, just be there. Breathe. Reactions start problems. Reactions start problems. So the word reaction, it means act again in a habitual way, usually, because you're redoing what you already acted and did. And everything here is habitual with monotonous regularity because it's a program. And the programs are in our mind, and those programs are installed through our parents, not that they meant to, or that because they were programmed and they didn't know, so get over that stuff. And what happens is we're taught to react, you see, because the program is there and it tells you, well, if this happens, that's going to happen. And when this happens, that's going to happen. When the stock market does this, when the value of gold, when the Bitcoin, when the this does this, when the wife does this, the husband does this, the children do this, when the government does this, when the religious leader does this, when the weather does this, when it's all people are reacting all the time. And you take a look at what is the base of their reactions. And it's fear, and it's the desire for pleasure and to avoid pain. And that's why I did a talk recently. You got to get beyond positive and negative, because then we're reacting. And when you're reacting to what goes on in the outer, you're reacting to past ideas and concepts that people have agreed, that we have agreed to, that are manifesting through our consciousness and reflecting back to each of us where we are in consciousness. And when you say, yeah, well, if I get this person in my life, then there's something in my consciousness. What have I done? Like I'm bad or good? Not necessarily. Don't do that to yourself, because the major part of the reaction that we're programmed, we have programs for, so that why we react is because we have a belief about it, and we either want it to happen or we don't want it to happen, and then we let ourselves experience. What we do is we hack our natural feeling. Our natural feelings are love. Love is not lust. Love does not turn to hate, nor does it turn to fear. It isn't that. That's this. Course in Miracles kind of channel kind of stuff that I don't go for that stuff, because you have to check out all of these places. Who are the people? Where did it come from? When you do that, it'll change everything for you, because with the programs, and programs are set because everybody else is going along with it. And I've gotten into a lot of things in my life and read and studied because I thought, oh, this is cool given where I was. And after a while you go, wait a minute, where is this going? What's the real substance of this and what's happening? And that's the good thing about being conscious, because you can get into it. Now you don't make yourself wrong and hate yourself and beat yourself up, because that's part of the program, is to police yourself, to keep yourself in fear, to keep yourself suffering, always trying for something positive and yet getting the negative, and then so afraid and so disappointed because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen, because you had it all set. That's a program, you see. When you're in the divine, you're being who you are, and you don't have programs operating, because you're not using your belief systems and what you've been taught or told by others, and however it's been done, through books, through courses, classes, trainings, whatever job. It's just intense. That's why people are so confused, because there's so many narratives. Is this true? Is that true? Is that, that's too confusing. Get to the basic. Get to right to the heart of the matter. And so when you notice you're reacting all the at times, the reaction creates the problem because you're reacting to a belief. So, like if someone says something you're reacting to, you say, well, what did you mean by that? Or, you can't talk to me that way, or I'm not going to take that anymore. Well, just get up and leave then. What are you going to tell somebody you're not going to take it anymore and you're still taking it? You're going to argue about it? What are you arguing for? It's not going to happen right there. And so when we're reacting, you have to look at what you're reacting to. And now it's going to create a problem. And a lot of the problem in math, like, well, you gave my brother more money than you gave me. Well, who's counting, you see? And it's like, well, there's 5 times you never said thank you. Oh, you're counting, aren't you? Well, that's math, isn't it? Well, you're adding it up, aren't you? Well, we only have sex, once a month. Or really, you're not normal. It should be 3 times a day. Are you serious? This guy said we got nothing else to do. But it's like all these things, and you're told, well, this is how many times, and this is what you say. And if every time you talk, I love you. Do you love me? You didn't say you love me. How many times? You haven't told me you love me for 100 times now already. What does that mean? Well, how's the person behaving? Are they there with you? Are they, smiling with you? Are they ignoring you or hating you or resenting you? Well, what are you doing there? Really? So it's like that kind of a thing that starts to notice what you're reacting to and what you do with that and where you take that and where it's going. And if you start detaching from that and staying centered in your heart, you're not giving words power. You're not giving programs power. You're not giving belief systems power. You say, you don't have to believe anything. I don't believe I'm here. I'm here. I know I'm here because this is what I know. I don't believe I can cook. I know I can cook and prepare food. I know that, And when you say, well, you have to believe you can, and then you can. No, go do it, and then you can. Stop believing anything. And so that's all. If you believe, then in your heart, it's all a program. So then you say, well, I just don't believe enough. Well, what are you doing, sitting on your butt? Well, and you said you wanted to play golf, or go play golf and hit the ball in the hole for a while, and that's fun. But whatever it is, you can do anything. You just have to start doing it, you see. And so reactions create problems, and start noticing where you're giving your power to and what's that doing to you and how's that working for you. That's what you want to look at. Breathe into your heart now. Make a fresh start, you see.